Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Princess Peach Showtime. So, to get back to our superhero discussion, we're doing the superhero second stage. So, huzzah for that convenient timing.
Oh,
Huzzah!
see, like everything's intentional here on BrainScratch. That's a lie. I can't even finish that sentence. It's not sincere. Anyway, so this is the Mighty Mission.
Mighty Morphin Power Peachers.
Yeah.
Power of Peach.
It just transforms into a peach. Falls to the floor.
Peach power!
No, that'd be the Wonder Twins.
Form of a peach. Form of a daisy.
Well, it's like I was gonna say, like the only means of a peach could be useful in a Power Ranger setting if it was acting as like the Megazord's dumpy.
You're saying the Megazord doesn't already have a dumpy?
Not from my knowledge, no. In fact, I don't think there's any Megazord that has what you could describe as an ass.
I don't know enough about Power Rangers to combat that.
I'm happy if there's one thing that I can do on a consistent basis is just absolutely kill the conversation.
I mean, I also didn't watch Power Rangers growing up. That was like one of those things that we never had on. It just was not. What network was it on? Was it on like Fox?
It was on Fox.
Yeah,
first.
so yeah, we just didn't have Fox on ever. So it was just like, okay, I'm not watching this. Which is weird.
Did you have any sort of Sentai-esque show at all, like as a kid?
The only one I could think of is Power Rangers, honestly. I can't even think of another show in that vein.
Okay, so you just like started it with just cartoons, anime, live action, comedy shows.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really watch that much anime. I mean, like I watched the Pokemon TV show, which is an anime, but it's
yeah. Okay, more accurately, did you have a show you primarily watched for its action?
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, not really. I wasn't. I was definitely more of a comedy kind of kid. Like I watched cartoons mostly to laugh at them, and then if I was doing something more action related, it was usually a video game. Now that I'm thinking about it, although now that I'm thinking about it, most of the video games I played growing up were RPGs. So,
So you weren't really into like the action thing as a kid?
Yeah, not that I was not into it. It's just not like whatever I would focus on, you know? Like I wouldn't go out of my way for it. Not that I had some sort of
So no Power Rangers, no Transformers, no.
I mean, no Transformers at all. I still do not. I don't. Transformers is something I don't get. It's like, why I just don't get it. If you like it, I'm happy for you.
Is there? I mean, on a surface level, is there much to get? It's giant robots.
It is. I mean, yes, it is giant robots, but you know, maybe I'm a snob, but I need more than just there being a giant robot. Like, I need to care.
And I'm pretty sure there is. It's just that you have to actually watch it to know.
If we're talking about just the like the OG 80s show.
Oh, I'm not even going that far back because even I don't watch that.
I've watched a bit of the OG 80s show. It's bad. It's not a good show.
Yeah, but Transformers is still ongoing and has evolved well past that. You know, if someone has an interest in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm not going to tell them to watch the 80s cartoon.
Some people would.
Like they're wrong. I'm sorry. you start with the 4Kids animation, the early aughts one.
Oh, interesting. Because that is one I did watch.
No, that's it. Yeah, because that's a genuinely good iteration of the Turtles.
I mean, no. Here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. That's like one of the only Turtles things that I've watched, and I did enjoy it for the most part. It's just I've watched that. I do genuinely enjoy the first movie. I think that movie is pretty good.
You're talking the 1990 film.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I do enjoy that movie quite a bit, and the Not the most recent show, but the show before that show. The one that was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Nickelodeon.
I think it was... I don't remember what the name of it was, because... Was that the 3D animated one?
That was the 3D animated one.
The 3D animated one. Okay. I know which one you're talking about. I do not recall the name of it.
I did like that one, too. But again, I think Turtles was just something that also... I passed up. It was kind of like... not of the right time, you know, because Turtles, the 4Kids show started in 2003 or 4, I think.
Around there,
I was
yeah.
10, so I was a little bit old for them at that point, I think.
No, really? You think old? I would think you're
Prime
the
age for that.
perfect age group for it. Yeah, the prime age for that.
I mean, maybe.
Because it's like Turtles aren't for kindergartners.
I mean, no, they're not for kindergartners, but I think like once you're 10 or 11, from my memory, at the very least, I could be wrong here.
Yeah, because like 10 years old, you're still just in middle school.
Not even.
No, you're in elementary school.
Not even. Yeah, you're right. You're probably just getting out of elementary.
Yeah, but like when you're at that point where you're in late elementary school, you want to be a cool kid, you know. You don't want to be like those lame little kids and watching baby shows like
That
Teenage
probably,
Mutant Ninja
like-
Turtles. Man, you'd be a baby, John.
That
Jeez.
probably depends on like who you're surrounded by at that point. Because if you're surrounded by kids who are, being like, oh, we're gonna watch the adult shows, not adult shows, but like the mature shows, yeah, then you'd be more likely to be like, yeah, it's kids stuff. But I'm sure there were different regions or areas that were much more, where Ninja Turtles was the cool thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. And again, it's not like when you're.
Have you ever been? Then we can branch off of there. Have you ever been embarrassed that you like a certain show that you didn't
Naruto.
like discussing or talking about?
Pokemon.
Naruto. Okay. Pokemon, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess count my blessings. I never felt embarrassed by anything that I've watched outside of My Little Pony, and that was 14 years ago.
Oh my god, was that 14 years ago?
Yeah.
I got pretty into MLP actually, but I kind of owned it, and I think I was at the point where I didn't care. I was like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it?
For me, it was just kind of after I gave it a season, and I was enjoying it, but not enough to like I don't think I'm going to continue watching this.
Yeah. So that's actually
that sort of
actually
thing.
exactly almost exactly what happened to me with Naruto. I was like 14, 15, 16 around that time when the show was on Toonami, and then I was watching it for a while, and it was just kind of like something that I was watching, and then I was home alone that night when I was watching it, and my mom came home, and then I suddenly changed, like she was walking up the stairs, and I changed the channel really quickly.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "What are you watching?" Because obviously she heard that, and I'm like, "Nothing," and she probably thought I was watching porn or something.
Pornography.
Watching
I was
pornography.
watching pornography.
And so it's at that point when I realized, wait, I'm embarrassed to be watching this. And then I realized if I'm embarrassed to be watching this, I should watch something else. Was the story. So yeah. Then I stopped watching Naruto. It's not a great show. Or at least the first season wasn't. Maybe it gets better.
What about you, Ryan? Do you have a particular show that you would hesitate to admit that you watched?
Not particularly that I can remember. I mean, it helped having sisters, so some stuff was just kind of on that I kind of had to watch.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depended, I guess.
You know what's really interesting right now that a lot of people are into? That I don't get it because I haven't watched it yet, but I am curious. I've been hearing a lot of people watching Bluey.
Oh yeah.
It's a preschooler show, isn't
Yeah,
it?
a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I put this on for my kids, but it's actually really good." Is the
Well, I mean, I think a good preschooler show should be doing that, because if the parent's gonna have to sit down and watch it with their kid, there should be elements so that the adults can find entertainment.
Yeah,
as well.
but apparently, I like I said, I don't know because I haven't personally watched it, but I know several adults who just started it that way, and then they just started watching it on their own because they just apparently it's really deep, question mark, and very relatable for adults,
shit, we
question mark.
got FNAF levels of lore. for
Yeah,
Bluey.
no, there's literally like big lore in Bluey. I don't know it, but apparently there's like actual big lore in a preschooler show, and I raised an eyebrow. I'm like, really?
I
mean,
have
it's really
heard that it
cute.
gets not necessarily dark, but like they don't shy away from talking about stuff that the average show for children that young would. In the sense that like the parents are allowed to make mistakes is one thing that I've heard, which is, you know, when you're watching your typical show for toddlers, you know, like the grown-ups are always right, you know, and like, oh, it's just like they're the ones who say,
Right.
you know, little Timmy, if you just
Don't fall down that well anymore.
yeah, then or whatever, you know. And honestly, that's like not super common, because I think it's important for children to hear that, you know, maybe their parents aren't always
That's true.
right all the time.
I did see one clip on Twitter about Bluey, and I watched it, and I was surprised. And I don't remember the exact like story beat that it was covering, but it was something along the lines of like the family was moving, and the kids were really sad about it. But the parents were also sad and being like, are we doing the right thing by moving from this house? And it was like, it got really like dark and gray, and all of the rooms were empty. That was like, you know, a part of the show the entire time. I'm like, oh, this is kind of heartbreaking, actually. So I am a little bit curious about how it frames like real life situations like that.
I've also been told the little sister character also just can never catch a break and is tortured
Aw.
throughout the entire runtime
Oh no!
of the show, which is kind of sad when you think about it.
Aww.
At the same time, do you want another DW?
Oh, screw DW. Oh man,
Yeah.
she's the worst.
Yeah, no, that fair enough.
That's Arthur.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Arthur is a show I stopped watching in middle school.
Middle school.
I was just dude. That Arthur's very long running.
Yeah, but I'm just surprised
I-
you kept on going that long. Is the thing.
Well, it wasn't by choice. It was just often what schools would put on when we had a substitute teacher. And they brought in the VHS with the CRT.
Yo, let's go.
Oh,
we
that
were,
unlocked
Yeah.
a core memory.
yeah, we
Yeah.
we were
Like it was often, if it wasn't that, it was like Bill Nye the Science
yeah,
Guy.
we definitely saw much more Bill Nye the Science Guy than any of the like I can't remember the last time they put Arthur in a school related thing, like, because Arthur's definitely aimed at much younger kids than like middle school aged.
I adored Arthur growing up. I think that was probably my like one of my childhood shows that I really look forward to seeing. But yeah, you're right that I really just despised DW and wished horrible things on her, even as like
He became a
Jesus
cop in the
Christ.
last episode.
She became a cop.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's so fitting, and also
And
I hate her.
yeah, like that kind of checks out though.
Ugh.
I'm gonna assume DW was just a prick.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
the
Like
little
all things
sister,
considered.
like the
Okay.
stereotypical cartoon little sister who everything went her way, and she's the
The
perfect little
golden
princess.
child. Literally the golden child.
Yeah, the parents never punished her for anything, and
She's Angelica, but like maybe not as evil, but definitely just as annoying.
Not
Never
as
gets any
malicious.
comeuppance.
Just like really obnoxious.
She'll occasionally get a comeuppance.
Okay.
Like every once in a while, she.
I
will.
don't remember her getting a comeuppance.
no, I remember
ever.
Angelica getting more comeuppance than DW ever
Well,
did.
so the thing is that Angelica was a villain effectively. Like she was the bad guy in that show in most episodes. So she got her comeuppance more often because she was the bad guy.
Yeah, because villains have
Yeah.
to pay. and that sort of shit. Yeah.
Whereas DW being the annoying little sister, you know, she she's not a major character in most episodes, so she didn't get her comeuppance super often. but it did happen.
The only time I can really think of is when Arthur punched her and everyone cheered, but the parents grounded him, even though she was the one who was like, yeah, I broke your toy, what are you gonna do about it?
You see, it's been a long time since is that
But
Chun-Li?
see, wouldn't the point be like that's a personal victory for Arthur? I mean, you still have
the
to.
lesson of that show is it's not okay to hit people no matter what.
I think if they have it coming, I'll fucking hit wherever I want.
I feel like that's kind of the vibe that you leave with, though, is you just get really mad that the only person who had any punishment was Arthur in that episode. It's literally where the meme comes from of, like, Arthur clenching his fist, you know,
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's the episode that comes from.
That episode is so notorious. These showrunners said, yeah, we should have done better on that one.
I don't know. Sometimes I think you need to punch a motherfucker.
Okay, listen. You're not wrong, but is that really the lesson we should be teaching our 7-year-olds? You know,
I literally
7-year-olds. I think there are some adults that need to hear this shit.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I think that traditionally, media aimed at children and schools and a lot of things handle conflict, like, resolution between children very poorly. Like,
100%.
you should just get along. Oh, it's not right to, you shouldn't lash out against a bully. Get a parent to help you. It's like, what you're teaching is A, for kids to be snitches, and B, you're setting them up with the expectation that adults will help them when they don't, which also is not great. But
yeah,
you shouldn't punch your little sister. I feel like it. You have to have better, like. It's okay to be angry at someone, but she broke your thing. It's still probably not great to punch her about it, There's definitely things that people deserve to be punched for. I just don't know if breaking your robot toy counts,
One of my favorite things that Mike Tyson's ever said, yes, Mike Tyson, I'm going there, said on social media was like, social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. It's like, that's what I mean. It's like, sometimes some motherfucker just gotta be punched in the face. Like, yeah, I could replace that toy, but I'm gonna punch you in the face first. And then I'm gonna replace the toy.
Wait, is that Chun-Li?
I mean, it's just kind of generic.
Oh, it kind of looks like it.
But it's just kind of a generic Chinese martial arts look.
Yeah, but that's Chun-Li's outfit, which means that's the generic Chinese.
Well, Chun-Li didn't patent the outfit.
Listen, and Sherlock Holmes didn't patent that stupid hat.
Are you gonna say that's Ryu's gi too?
Yeah.